Assalamu alaikum, dear students. You are well aware that we are dealing with conditional clauses. And in my previous lecture, I talked of two constructions. Number one, present condition, or I said it's also called zero conditional. And then we talked about will condition, which is also called as first conditional. So we had some discussion, and I had also shown you a lot of examples that how can we write these sentences which have conditions in them, and then the other clause that has the result of that condition, that contains the result of that condition. So let's revise what we have already studied. So we studied present condition or zero conditional, which means that if we have two clauses, one possesses the condition, that means it begins with if, or any other word like when, unless, or provided that. There can be other conjunctions that help us to introduce this conditional clause. If you hit glass, it's in the present simple tense. It breaks, it's also in the present simple tense. So both are in the present simple tense, and one has the condition, and the next hitting the glass, the result is it breaks. So it's a universal truth. Such conditions can be expressed in such a way. So there are a lot of examples. All universal truths or things that happen usually, that have expected results. So we can express such conditions in the present condition, means present simple, present simple. Sometimes it's not necessary to have present simple tense always. Sometimes there can be present continuous tense, as we have already discussed in the previous lecture. You can watch and know the details from there. Then we had discussed will condition, or it's also called a first conditional. If it rains, I will get wet. So in this sentence, you see the first clause, the conditional clause, it is in the present simple tense, but the result is in the will condition. Will, which means it has will in it. So present simple and will. So this way we express such things that are possible to happen. These are future events that are likely to happen in the future. So if it rains, I will get wet. So if it has not rained yet, but if it really rains, if this condition is fulfilled, I will get wet. So the natural result will be that this thing will happen. So these are this way we can express the future happenings which are likely to happen because of these conditions. So now this was about the previous two things that we have already studied. We will study one more condition today, that's would condition, or it's called second conditional. So how do we write such sentences, and what do we express in such a way? The construction is if plus past tense. So in the conditional clause there is if plus past tense. Past tense means past simple tense, or it can sometimes be past continuous tense, but usually and most often we write past simple tense. If past simple tense, and the next clause has would in it. So remember, this second conditional is used to talk about impossible situations. Impossible situations, नामुमकिन नामुमकिन चीज़ें, यानी जो नहीं हुई होती हैं या नहीं हो सकती हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ़ वी वर इन लंदन टुडे, इफ़ वी वर इन लंदन टुडे, अगर आज हम लंदन में होते, वी वुड बी एबल टू इन्जॉय लॉट ऑफ फ्रीडम. तो हम बहुत आज़ादी वहाँ पर हासिल कर सकते थे, बहुत आज़ाद होते. बट दिस इज़ नॉट पॉसिबल. वी आर हियर इन कश्मीर. So if we were in London today, we would be able to enjoy a lot of freedom. So it's an impossible situation. We often wish this should happen, but this doesn't happen really on ground. It's an impossible thing if we were in London. So if I had millions of dollars, so if this condition would have been there, if I had millions of dollars, I would give a lot to charity. But since I don't have, so if there were no hungry people in this world, if there were no hungry people in this world, it's in the past tense. So it would be a much better place to live in. It would be a much better place. If everyone had clean water to drink, if everyone had clean water to drink, there would be a lot of less disease. So in these clauses, you see the first condition, the conditional clause, it's written in the if plus past tense. So most often we were in London, so it's were second form, it's past simple. If I had millions, so had has been used as main verb, so it's has had, so second form of verb, past simple tense. If there were no hungry, were, second form of verb, past simple tense. If everyone had clean water, so again has been used as the main verb, so it's past simple tense. In all these conditions we have past simple tense, and then the result condition that has would in it. So this way we express impossible situations, but this is not always like that. Sometimes instead of past simple tense we have other things. So let's see some more examples. So note that if clause can contain the past simple or past continuous tense. So as I told you already, if I was still working in Ames, अगर मैं अब भी एम्स में काम कर रहा होता, आई वुड मीडिएट योर केस, तो मैं तो आपकी सिफारिश कर लेता, तो लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है, इट्स इम्पॉसिबल, आई एम समवेयर एल्स. सो इफ शी वर कमिंग, तो आपने यहाँ पे क्या देखा, स्टिल वर्किंग, वॉज वर्किंग, सो इट्स पास्ट कंटिन्यूअस टेंस. इफ शी वर कमिंग, पास्ट कंटिन्यूअस टेंस, शी वुड बी हियर बाय नाउ. इफ दे वर थिंकिंग ऑफ सेलिंग, I would want to buy. तो इस तरह से past continuous tense का भी आप कभी कभी impossible situations में कर सकते हैं, लेकिन इनकी result condition में would होता है. That's why they are called would condition. So the main clause can contain would, could और might. तो आप याद रखिए कि जो would मैंने बताया कि would condition होता है, result में would होता है, तो किसी वक्त would के बजाय could भी आ सकता है, might भी आ सकता है. These are equivalents of this would. For example, if I had the chance to do it again, I would do it differently. ये तो है जैसे हम कर रहे हैं. If I had the chance, so past simple and would. If we met up for lunch, so we could go to that new restaurant. We could go. So could भी हम इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. If I spoke to him directly, I might be able to persuade him. Might be able to. So might भी हम इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं, could कर सकते हैं, would कर सकते हैं. और याद रखिए कि past से जो है, जैसे मैंने आपको पहले ही बताया था कि कंडीशनल क्लासेस में दरअसल जिस पार्ट में कंडीशन होती है ये डिपेंडेंट क्लास होता है. तो डिपेंडेंट क्लास जो है, डिपेंडेंट क्लास इसमें पास्ट सिंपल भी हो सकता है, पास्ट कंटिन्यूअस भी हो सकता है, और रिजल्ट जो है, रिजल्ट कंडीशन जो है इसकी, इसमें वुड भी हो सकता है, कुड भी हो सकता है, और समटाइम्स माइट भी हो सकता है. लेकिन हर वक्त आप यही देखेंगे कि दीज आर है ऑलवेज यूज टू एक्सप्रेस इम्पॉसिबल सिचुएशंस, एंड वी कॉल देम would condition, or we also call them second conditional. So that was all about this would condition for today. We have the last but not the least, then we have some more examples, but we will study would have condition. Then we have some exceptional cases, and there are certain other constructions that we will study roughly. But students, particularly studying in the 11th class, they are asked this question in the examinations, so they should concentrate and read it thoroughly, because only then you are able to solve the questions and solve these in the examination. I would again request you to watch my previous lecture on this. I have already talked about the two conditions in my previous lecture. Conditional clauses part first, so this is the second, and we'll be coming up with the third part very soon, inshallah ta'ala. So stay happy and stay at home. Thank you very much.